Stop scrolling. Yes, you. Not the thousands who will scroll past this, not the ones who will watch distracted. You. This moment was marked in heaven long before you ever opened this app. You didn't find this message. This message found you. Out of millions of voices, millions of videos, millions of distractions, heaven narrowed it down and landed right here, right now, on your screen. That alone should tell you something important is happening. This is not coincidence. This is not algorithm. This is not luck. This is divine interruption. Right now, as you are listening, something is shifting in the unseen realm around your life. There are moments when heaven speaks generally, and there are moments when heaven speaks specifically. This is one of those specific moments. Listen carefully, because if you leave this message early, you will leave before the instruction, and instruction is what separates blessing from delay. The enemy already knows what is about to be released into your life. That is why distractions are suddenly louder. That is why doubt is whispering, "This is just another video." That is why your mind is being tempted to scroll. But hear this clearly. If this message had no power, there would be no resistance. You have been watched, not by people, but by heaven. Your name has been mentioned in places you cannot see. Your tears have been counted. Your prayers have been recorded. You didn't imagine the weight you've been carrying. You didn't exaggerate the pressure. You didn't misunderstand the silence. You have been in a hidden season, and hidden seasons always come right before exposure. There are angels assigned to your life who have been waiting for this moment. They are not waiting on God, they are waiting on you, waiting on your alignment, waiting on your agreement, waiting on your obedience. That's why I need you to do something right now before we go any further. Don't overthink it. Don't hesitate. Hit the like button now. This is not about social media. This is about agreement. In Scripture, agreement activates movement. When you agree with heaven, heaven responds. That simple act is a spiritual marker saying, "I receive what God is speaking." Do it now, because what is coming next will not activate without alignment. Now, listen. You have been asking God questions in private that you never say out loud. You've been strong in public, but tired in secret. You've been smiling for people while crying alone. You've wondered, did I miss my moment? You've asked, why does it seem like everyone else is moving forward while I'm stuck? You've even questioned whether God hears you the way He hears others. But I need you to hear this slowly. Heaven never forgot you. What felt like silence was strategy. What felt like delay was development. What felt like rejection was redirection. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. There were things God could not release to you earlier because they would have crushed you instead of blessed you. The weight of what is coming required maturity, endurance, and spiritual strength. And that is exactly what this season has been building inside you. While you were waiting, heaven was working. While you were praying, things were being rearranged. While you were confused, God was being precise. There were doors that looked perfect to you that God intentionally kept closed, because behind those doors were traps you couldn't see yet. There were relationships you wanted that would have drained you. There were opportunities you chased that would have delayed your destiny. And even though it hurt at the time, God protected you. Right now, there is a file in heaven with your name on it, and that file is thick. It's full of prayers, tears, endurance, obedience, and moments when you kept believing even when it made no sense. Angels have testified about you. They've reported how you didn't quit, how you didn't compromise, how you kept going when you could have given up. And now, listen carefully, the season is changing. What blocked you is about to move. What delayed you is about to release you. What resisted you is about to lose authority. There has been an assignment against your clarity, an assignment against your confidence, an assignment against your calling. The enemy tried to convince you that you are ordinary, that your dreams are unrealistic, that your calling is imaginary. But that lie is being exposed right now. You are not ordinary.
You never were. There is something inside you that heaven invested intentionally. Something rare, something needed, something powerful. You carry a solution to problems you haven't even encountered yet. You carry wisdom beyond your years. You carry authority that intimidates darkness. That's why the fight has been intense. That's why the resistance has been constant. That's why the pressure has felt personal. Because it is personal. The enemy does not fight what doesn't matter. And now, heaven is about to show you who you really are. Close your eyes for just a moment, if you can, and see yourself the way heaven sees you. Not broken, not lacking, not delayed, but clothed in favor, marked with purpose, surrounded by protection, walking with authority. This is not imagination. This is identity. And in the next parts of this message, you are going to understand exactly what was blocking you, what is being removed, and what instructions will activate the breakthrough already prepared for you. Do not leave, because what comes next is not encouragement, it is activation. And once activation begins, there is no going back. Listen very carefully. What you are experiencing right now is not emotion. It is exposure. Something that has been hidden is being revealed. Something that has been resisting you quietly is being confronted openly. And something that has been blocking your progress behind the scenes is losing its authority as you listen. For a long time, you thought the problem was you. You replayed your mistakes. You questioned your decisions. You wondered if your past disqualified your future. But hear this clearly, because this truth will set you free. You were not blocked because you were unworthy. You were blocked because you were dangerous to darkness. There has been an assignment against your momentum, not random trouble, not bad luck, not coincidence, an assignment. Every time you were about to gain clarity, confusion came. Every time you were about to step forward, fear intensified. Every time you were about to rest, anxiety attacked. That wasn't accidental. The enemy studied your patterns. He watched what stirred your faith. He observed what gave you strength. And he strategically tried to exhaust you before your breakthrough. But something shifted when you clicked this message. Right now, in the unseen realm, authority is being reassigned. The power that was resisting you has reached its expiration date. Because here's what the enemy didn't expect. You survived the season that was meant to destroy you. You endured what should have broken you. You stayed faithful when quitting would have been easier. You kept believing even when you didn't feel God. And endurance always triggers intervention. The delay you experienced was not because God was slow. It was because timing was critical. If what is coming had arrived earlier, it would have been sabotaged. If the blessing had manifested before the alignment, it would have been wasted. God was not withholding, He was protecting. There were people around you who smiled at you but secretly competed with you. There were voices speaking encouragement publicly while releasing jealousy privately. There were environments you wanted to stay in that God had to remove you from to save your future. And even though it hurt, it was mercy. Right now, the mask is coming off certain situations. You will begin to see things clearly, without confusion, without emotional attachment, without self-doubt. That's because discernment is being restored. What once felt foggy will suddenly make sense. What once felt heavy will suddenly lift. What once felt stuck will suddenly move. And here is the part you didn't know. While you were struggling on the outside, heaven was building something inside you. Your patience was increasing. Your authority was developing. Your discernment was sharpening. You were becoming someone who could handle the weight of what's coming. Because what's coming is not small. It's not just a blessing, it's responsibility. It's not just provision, it's influence. It's not just favor, it's impact. And impact requires preparation. Now listen closely, because this next part is important. There has been a cycle in your life that keeps repeating. Same frustration, different faces. Same delay, different situations. Same disappointment, different environments. That cycle ends now. The reason it repeated wasn't failure, it was unfinished spiritual business. But today, that cycle is being broken. The pattern stops with you. The limitation stops with you. The curse stops with you. You were chosen to be the interruption in your bloodline, the one who shifts the narrative, the one who rewrites the future. And the enemy fought you hard because if you break free, others connected to you will too. That's why the pressure was generational. That's why the resistance felt inherited. That's why some battles didn't make sense. But hear this declaration: what followed your family stops following you. You are stepping out of survival mode and into alignment mode. And alignment changes everything. Right now, angels are being repositioned around your life, not for defense, but for escort. You are being escorted into a new season. Doors that refused to open before will begin to respond to you. People who ignored you will suddenly recognize your value. Opportunities that felt unreachable will suddenly become accessible. Not because you changed, but because authority shifted. What once resisted you no longer has permission. Now hear this next instruction carefully. You may feel a sudden urge in the next few days to clean, organize, or remove things from your space. That is not random, it is spiritual. You are creating room for what's coming. Don't ignore that prompting. There will also be conversations that suddenly feel uncomfortable because truth is rising. Don't fear that either. God is separating what can go with you from what cannot. This separation is not loss, it's alignment. Some people were seasonal, some environments were temporary, some struggles were instructional. And now that the lesson is complete, the season is ending. Right now, acceleration is being released. What used to take effort will begin to flow. What used to require force will begin to respond. What used to resist will begin to cooperate. But remember this, acceleration requires obedience. That's why you're still here listening, because the next part of this message will reveal timing, signs, and instructions that must be followed precisely. If you stay aligned, you will not miss this moment. And if you obey, you will not recognize your life 6 months from now. This is the shift point, and it's already happening.
Stay focused. This part is critical. What you are entering now is not just a new season, it is accelerated time. There are moments when God moves slowly to build depth, and there are moments when God moves quickly to demonstrate power. You are stepping into the second kind. The delay has ended, not because you begged enough, not because you proved yourself, but because the appointed time has arrived. There is a difference between waiting and timing. Waiting feels heavy, timing feels sudden, and suddenness is what you are about to experience. Things that refuse to move for years will begin to move rapidly. Situations that felt frozen will suddenly respond. Answers that felt distant will show up without warning. This is not hype. This is alignment. Right now, heaven is compressing time on your behalf. What should have taken years will take months. What should have taken months will take weeks. What should have taken weeks will take days. And for some things, hours. God is restoring lost time. The moments you thought were wasted were not wasted. The tears you cried were not ignored. The effort you poured out was not forgotten. Restoration doesn't always look like returning the past. Sometimes it looks like exceeding it. You won't just get back what was lost. You'll receive more than you ever imagined. Now listen carefully, because I'm about to give you signs. Within the next 72 hours, one of these will happen. You will receive unexpected communication. A call, a message, or an email that shifts something. A conversation will open a door you stopped hoping for. Information you needed will suddenly come to you. Peace will replace anxiety without explanation. A financial opportunity or provision will appear unexpectedly. Don't dismiss it because it seems small. Small signs confirm big shifts. God often announces major moves quietly, so only those paying attention recognize them. Now here's something important. Do not rush ahead of God once things begin to move. Acceleration does not mean chaos. Speed does not mean disorder. Stay anchored. There will be temptation to over-explain, overshare, or overreact. Resist it. Let God reveal what needs to be revealed, when it needs to be revealed. This season is about precision. Now let's talk about restoration. There are 3 areas where restoration is already in motion for you. 1. Emotional restoration. You've been strong for too long, carrying things you were never meant to carry alone. But heaviness is lifting. You'll notice you breathe deeper. You'll sleep better. You'll laugh more freely. Peace is returning, not because everything is perfect, but because authority has been restored. 2. Relational restoration. Some relationships will be healed. Others will be replaced. Not everyone can go where you're going. Expect reconnections that come with humility and honesty. Expect apologies you never thought you'd hear, but also expect distance from people who cannot celebrate what God is doing in you.
This is not punishment, it's protection. 3. Financial and purpose restoration. Provision is aligning with purpose. Money will stop slipping through your fingers. Opportunities will align with your values. You will no longer feel stuck doing things that drain you. God is repositioning you so that what you do produces fruit, not frustration. Now hear this carefully. There is one thing that can slow this acceleration: fear. Not danger, fear. Fear of disappointment, fear of hope, fear of trusting again. But courage is rising in you right now. You are not the same person who entered the last season. You have more discernment, more wisdom, more strength. You can trust again, with boundaries. Now, here is something prophetic you need to hear. Someone who dismissed you will soon need you. Someone who overlooked you will soon recognize you. Someone who doubted you will soon witness the evidence. Do not seek revenge. Do not seek validation. Let God handle visibility. Because when God elevates you, no one can question it. You are entering a season where favor speaks for you. You won't have to explain yourself. You won't have to defend yourself. You won't have to force doors. What is meant for you will recognize you. Now pause for a moment. If you're still listening, it means something inside you already knows this is real. That quiet confirmation you feel, that sense of this is for me, that's alignment. And alignment always precedes instruction, which brings us to the final part. Because what is coming next is not optional, it is activation. Listen carefully. Do not scroll. Do not pause. Do not overthink. What is happening right now is not emotional. It is spiritual authorization. This is the final window. Everything that has been spoken up to this point has been preparation. But preparation without obedience produces nothing. Right now, heaven is watching your response. There are moments when blessings are announced and moments when blessings are activated. This is activation. The enemy has been listening to this message with you. He knows what is about to shift. That is why your mind is being tempted to delay. But hear this clearly. Delay is the enemy's final weapon. If he cannot stop the blessing, he tries to slow it. If he cannot destroy the breakthrough, he tries to distract you before it manifests. Do not let that happen. Right now, angels are waiting for your agreement. An agreement must be spoken. First command. Say this out loud now. Do not whisper it. Do not think it. Say it with your mouth. Say, I receive what heaven has prepared for me. I align myself with God's timing. I reject fear, delay, and doubt. What was held back is released. What was blocked is removed. My season has changed. I am ready to receive. Say it now. When you speak, something shifts. Spoken words carry authority. Right now, chains you could not see are breaking. Resistance you could not explain is weakening. Opposition you felt for years is losing its grip. This is not imagination. This is transfer of authority. Second command. Remove what does not belong. Within the next 24 hours, you must clean your environment. This is not optional. Remove content that fills your mind with fear, voices that constantly speak negativity, habits that drain your peace, anything that pulls you back into the old season. You are not losing anything valuable. You are making room. God does not pour into crowded vessels. As you remove, you feel lighter. As you clear, clarity will increase. As you obey,
movement will begin. Third command, activate through action. Your breakthrough is connected to the movement. Right now, 3 names are coming to your mind. Do not question it. Do not replace them. Write those names down. These people are connecting to your assignment. When you share this message with them, something unlocks, not just for them, but for you. This is the law of alignment. What you release returns. What you sow multiplies. What you activate activates you. Now hear this very carefully. If you delay this step, the window does not stay open. Blessings do not disappear, they transfer. And someone hesitates, heaven finds someone else ready. Do not let hesitation disqualify you. Final agreement. Do this now.
Hit the like button right now. This is not engagement. This is agreement. It is your signature saying, I receive this. I align with this. I am ready. Now comment 7077. This is not a number. It is a marker. It is a signal of obedience. Now share this message with at least one person who needs breakthrough. Your blessing multiplies when you become a blessing. After this, expect resistance. You may feel tired. You may feel doubtful. You may feel pressure. Do not panic. That is confirmation. The enemy never reacts to empty words. Stand firm. Say, what God started, He will finish. Now receive this final blessing. May heaven respond to your obedience. May doors open that were sealed for years. May peace replace anxiety. May clarity replace confusion. May favor surround you. May protection cover your household. May your steps be ordered. May your efforts produce fruit. May your season shift permanently. This is not just encouragement. This is authorization. Your waiting has ended. Your receiving has begun. Your alignment is complete. Do not go back to doubt. Do not go back to fear. Do not go back to delay. Walk forward. This was not random. This was not accidental. This was your moment. God bless you. Your breakthrough has begun.